Hello again. Well, I did a little bit of research. I wanted to try to see if I could find some information as to why Secretary of State Hagel resigned. And I found a couple of interesting links. I'm going to attach one of them. And the title is Hagel's Predecessors Decried White House Micromanaging. Now, before Hagel, we had Leon Panetta. And then we had Robert Gates. Robert Gates was pushed out, Leon Panetta was pushed out, and Hagel was put in. And I guess Obama thought that Hagel would just follow along and do everything that he dictated. That turned out not to be the case. But, if you've been viewing me for a while, you know that I believe that Barack Hussein Obama is a radical extremist Arab Muslim. And one of the things that Muslims need to do is to protect other Muslims. And Valerie Jarrett, who is a key influential person in the administration, was born in Iran. So she's probably no different than Obama in that she's a Muslim. And she probably utilizes the mosque that Obama was kind enough to build for both himself and his associates. That's a different story. What I found really interesting is that when Robert Gates was in Afghanistan, he came upon a phone line. And that phone line ran directly back to the White House, circumventing the Pentagon, and obviously circumventing the Secretary of Defense. According to one of the articles that I read, Robert Gates tore the line out and said that if anybody tries calling, have them call me. So what's really going on is these Secretary of Defense positions are nothing more than a position with no influence, with no control, with no power, with no hearsay. You can read articles and clips on the web about how people thought that the present Secretary of Defense that's on his way out seemed to be not connected, seemed to be not in touch. And that's because he wasn't. Yeah, the administration would just do what they wanted to do. They controlled the battlefield. You know who else tried doing that? Lyndon B. Johnson. Nothing happened over in Vietnam that he didn't approve. Pretty crazy. But it explains why Obama's not looking for another Secretary of Defense. And he'll find someone that he can totally control. And he's looking at some of the candidates. None of them have any military background, which I think is a horrendous mistake. But what I think doesn't matter. And the sad part is that no one in this administration seems to really have a clue of anything. Everything that they've tried to implement has failed. You can't point me to one successful program, because there isn't one. And as long as this jackass with the floppy ears is allowed to remain in power, nothing will change. When you put someone into the position of Secretary of Defense, everything to do with the military should go through him or her. That's not the case with this administration. They micromanage everything. They control everything. They dictate to everyone. That isn't how you run a government. That isn't how you run a country. It's sad. America, I think, is pretty much done. All that's left is to put a fork in her. That's what I think. So what do you think?